The 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games are now just 16 months away. And for sportsmen and women with ambitions of competing at the Games, 2019 is a crucial qualification year. With this in mind, the recent Western Province Track and Field Championships at Greenpoint Stadium was a vital step on the ladder to the top.
Today we are at the Western Province Senior and Combined Championships. So what happens is this is the pinnacle of the senior season. And everybody participating here are participating in the hope that they would be selected to represent Western Province Athletics at the South African Championships, which takes place in Germiston next month. And so it's really just a pathway. This is a pathway, and hopefully, our athletes, will be good enough to represent South Africa on the international stage, because ultimately, our pathway is to the Olympics, and this is merely a stepping stone, really, to the Olympics.
The Western Cape has a long and proud history of producing some of the country's finest track and field athletes. So who were the stars on show at the Greenpoint track?
It is an open event, but we have a number of league events during culminating in this championships. They have to meet certain standards, and so we've got the likes of our international stars and so forth. It's a standard set event. It's really the cream of the crop of Western Province participating over the next 2 days. We've got people, like Antonio Alcana, who represented South Africa at the 110 meter hurdles. We've got Luke Davids, who is the junior youth, he's actually the youth 100 meter champion. And there's a load of all of them are stars. At the end of the day, in our industry, they're all stars. I mean, when you get to a championship, you're really the cream of Western Province, and you're really looking for that stepping stone, for excellence. And that is what Western Province Athletics is all about.
For young athletes, the Western Province Championships are an early goal. For the older, more experienced competitors, it's a regular part of their racing calendar every year.
It's an annual event. So the championships, is an annual event, and as they to determine the Western Province champion, who then takes his place, at the South African Championships with the intention of winning nationals, and then going to the IAAF World Champs, the various international competitions, and then, as I said, ultimately it is the Olympics.
It's a long and at times arduous and hard road to the top, and the provincial championships is a significant part of that journey. National and international competition is the next step, and the Olympic Games is the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the legacy of Western Province Athletics. I mean, that is our core business. Our core business is to create athletes, is to create opportunities, and we invest huge amounts of resources and persons into creating that pathway. It's not only, and I think that's while you see today is a culmination, it's really, it started when Antonio was 13 years old. And that is the pathway that we have established. And if you look at our development plan, it's about that. Our pipeline is full. We collaborate strongly with schools. We have various development programs. We've got a high performance center we've just established, and resourced that more. But it's a pathway. A lot of these athletes have made athletics a career. And our core business is to support them in that career.
Regardless of what they might have achieved on the global scene in previous years, the Western Province Championships remains an important date on many of our top athletes' calendars.
It is very important because I'm studying education at UWC, and for me to be at a school and I must coach a certain event, I can coach all 7 events. So it's very important because I learn while I'm doing the event.
Important preparation because we're prepping for Asia Champs. It's in a couple of weeks. So we're trying to perform here, and make the team, the Western Province team.
It makes me get used to rounds because, when you go overseas, maybe you compete in the World Champs, you're going through the rounds. So this is the preparation for that kind of thing, and the All Africa Games, which hopefully I will qualify for.
Each athlete prepares differently for their specific events, but they all try and peak a number of times each year. Those peaks are determined by the dates of their big goal events like the National Championships and the World Championships, as 110 hurdle star Antonio Alcana explains.
Injury-free, preparation is going good. We took a bit slower this year because of World Champs. It's only in end of September, October, so it's a bit slow, but progress, it's good progress. I think last year, our last competition was in September. This year, the last competition is going to be in October. And usually, World Champs is in August. So it's almost 2 months. So we try and working on that, pushing it a bit back with our training. Running faster things only later on in the year.
Heptathlon is the versatile Geraldine King's speciality, which means the 21-year-old has to train in 7 different events: hurdles, 200 meters, high jump, shot put, long jump, javelin and 800 meters. And she was very encouraged by the level of competition at the Western Province Championships.
It's very high. I started last year because a lot of people have been starting doing heptathlon since last year, because there was heptathlon athletes, but then it faded away for a while. It came back last year and there's a lot of athletes and a lot of potential. And competing at SAs against other provinces, it's very high and potentially is very good. So I think we're in a good space.
Sprinter Simon Magakwe was the first South African to run a sub-10-second 100-meter with a time of 9.98 seconds in 2014. The 32-year-old is a multiple national champion over 100 and 200 meters and was looking for an 8th Western Province title at Greenpoint.
Yeah, I'm going to defend my title. I mean, I did it 7 times, now I'm going for the 8th time. And I'm confident about it. Nothing will stop me.
And he did just that with one of the fastest coastal times in recent years of 10.06 seconds. Simon and Olympic finalist Akani Simbini are 2 of the fastest men in the world. They are, of course, rivals on the track, but friends off it.
Oh, me and Gani, we talk. I mean, sometimes we call each other Skim, you know, yeah, which is buddies. Yeah, even though we are distant from each other. But, I mean, he's a good guy, you know. We always talk, and he always talks to me sometime, you know, and we accommodate each other. Sometimes when I need advice, I ask him and he gives me advice.
Simon Magakwe is one of the current crop of top-class sprinters in South Africa, and he has set out his goals for 2019.
My goal is to qualify for the World Championships, obviously, and go and represent South Africa in the Diamond Leagues and stuff like that, you know. All Africa Games coming up before the World Championships, obviously go to the World Championships, you know, represent South Africa again there. Hopefully, you know, my goal is just to get through the rounds and get into the final. Everything can happen in the final, you know.
Congratulations to all the athletes who qualified from the Western Province Championships to compete at the South African Championships, which take place in Germiston this weekend. Good luck to them all.